ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Winter Season Showdowns, where we're trying to find out which players belong at the Winter Championship event. Of course, the winner of every single Best of 5 we broadcast will be there in Dallas. Before we get into game number 3 between this epic Best of 5 between State and Phoenix, Full Sail University. If you're currently looking on getting into graphic design, if you're looking for the next step in your life as far as education is concerned, again, graphic design, computer animation, audio engineering, anything in the gaming industry, check out fullsail.edu/MLG. See if you like what they have to offer, and if you do, if you think it's a right fit, of course, take advantage. So again, fullsail.edu/MLG. They'll have you fill in some information about yourself, and then they'll send some information right back at you. And again, you can see if that's a proper fit. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into the next game of this Best of 5. This is game number 3. It's going to take place on Newkirk City. In the bottom left-hand location, we have the Red Terran player from Peru. Very drop-minded, very macro-minded as well. Very entertaining player to watch thus far. He is Fenix. His opponent in the bottom right-hand location is the blue Protoss player, showing the power of lots of Blink Stalkers early on against Terran. Fell down 1-0 in the first game, but came back to equalize in game 2 from California, United States. He is State. State has a very strong presence in North American tournaments. He's made appearances at Lone Star Clashes. I think he's in CSL. Not entirely sure on that. But he's a seasoned veteran of MLG, so would definitely love an all-expenses-paid trip to the Dallas event. Fenix would too, though. He doesn't get too many opportunities to participate in those live events. Takes advantage of local qualifiers, though, for sure. He got that spot at the Blizzard World Championships based on his performances in the World Championship Series. And now he's trying to fight for that spot to Dallas. Will he get it? Will he get it done?
There was something weird going on here, and now I figured it out. Except I haven't really. So Fenix started building, he's opened Reaper first every single game so far. This game, he started building a Marine.
Is he going Mass Reaper? No.
When the Marine got halfway done, he canceled the Marine, built the Reaper. Oh. And then he's also built a second barracks and a second gas. So, you know what I think it was? He was building the Marine to push away a scouting probe early, and then he realized there wasn't one coming. And so he canceled it, went for the Reaper, so his builds would always look the same. Again with the Reactor second, but this time, this is a 2 barracks build. And with
on
double
2 gas. So he's going to make a factory? Maybe like
no, he's going to Mass Reaper.
See, that's what I thought at first.
Yeah. The reactors, he's going to go double reactor, and he's going to use all the gas to crank out. I mean, it took me a second to realize this because you can react out Reapers in Heart of the Swarm.
This is going to be fun.
This is going to be absolute madness. And State, who have no idea. I mean, the first Reaper will not, one Reaper doesn't
won't give away anything.
Yeah,
it's like, he's going Mass Reaper based on the one Reaper I see at the 430 mark. Not going to happen.
No. He's gone Reaper first every single game. This is really exciting play. I can't wait to see exactly how he utilizes him. The cool thing about him is early game Protoss doesn't really have any units. Any game Protoss has nothing faster than Reaper. Actually, Fenix. But besides Fenix, nothing can outrun a Reaper. So until you can get enough units, we can really start one-shotting the Reapers. With proper micro, he's really going to avoid losses. Of course, good force fields and time orbs may be able to try to play a little bit of a role. And wait a minute. The Mothership Core is crossing the map.
If he can spot this.
And even if, what's Phoenix going to do to kill Mothership Core?
I don't know.
He has nothing
Marines,
that can...
right?
But he's got to make them from scratch.
Oh, gosh.
He has no Marines.
Oh, gosh.
This is good. The Mothership Core is going to walk in here and do phenomenal damage.
And okay, this should be interesting. There's nothing that shoots up on the field from Fenix, and there's a Mothership Core coming forward. And these SCVs are terrified.
Oh, but it doesn't know that.
He's scared.
And the Mothership Core, of course, being significantly slower than Marines, if it commits to the mineral line and 5 Marines walk in, they would take it out. And so he's playing the safe. He's making the safer choice, but he's used that critical time warp to harass the mineral line. It could be so much more useful against the Reapers.
Phoenix coming in with 5 Reapers. Loses one of them though. State, nice control so far.
Yeah, Phoenix, he kind of ran his units into his opponent's army there for a second. Not what you want to do with Reapers, and what could have been almost, I feel he could have just chipped away that whole army there with proper micro. But now he's got to back away, and now State can start warping in units.
The Gambit's up.
He's got 3 warp gates going.
All right, 6 Reaper's going to hop in the right-hand side. Got him, hold back that weakened Reaper. Nice micro there. No, one Reaper gets taken out. I think State, State is controlling his units so well.
He is, and Fenix is like a half step behind in all his moves. Could be, I don't know. I mean, this is a tough position for him now.
Oh, no, the Militia Corps
can drive him away.
So what do these Reapers do now?
I mean, I don't think he can make another run in here. There's too many Protoss units. But what he can do is he can force the Protoss to stay at home.
I guess.
And while the Protoss is at home, he can, double expand. Boom. What do you do when your opponent's stuck at home and you've got to play catch-up? You double expand. So he's doing all the right moves from now, but his opening really, I think it could have done damage, but there's a couple pretty big missteps there. And also, this is a map where they can't jump into main, so that's another disadvantage.
I try to. He's like, can I do that?
No, you can't.
Oh! That Reaper saying, challenge accepted, but they're the force field State saying, where are you going, son?
Oh, but his Stalker's over here. He's going to... Oh, that's not going to work. Another couple Reapers fall down.
Wow. The opening might have just...
I mean, this opening just crumbled. It just did not work.
Look at the supply. State's up 74 to 44. Yeah. I like the idea from Fenix.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea, but you got to be so precise with your micro. And Fenix he's more of a multitasking player. We noticed that in the last couple games, like the last game, for example, he lost because even though he had the Ghost, he got hit by a lot of massive storms. He was a little bit late in splitting units out of those. And his strength is really in multitasking. A Reaper opening is all about perfection of micro. And that just didn't quite come together. But he's going back into natural. Oh, jumping away again.
Okay, so Fenix is being a crazy man behind this. He's double expanding. He's going into double engineering bay upgrades, which means his investment into units, into army, isn't going to be spectacular. I feel like if State had just thrown down 5, 6, 7 gateways and pushed, he'd win.
I mean, maybe, but there's that threat of the Reaper counter. If you get in a base race,
yeah, I mean, he's been killing Reapers. There's only how many Reapers are left? 4? Okay, leave 2 Stalkers back home. Next?
Well, no, not now there is. When you made the decision to do the build, there was 8.
Well,
right? I mean, that was from the opening. You made the decision.
After you get rid of the Reaper count.
Oh, yeah.
I just think right now there's a gaping window where State can just kill Fenix. Because look at this investment. 2 command centers, 2 engineering bays.
But this is all an investment done from scouting information they did on State. So he's known exactly what State's been doing every single step of the game. Reapers are such a good scouting tool, you can do plays like this. If your opponent builds a lot of gateways, then you build a lot of bunkers. If they don't build a lot of gateways, you do the greedy build. You get double command center, mass E-bays. You do what you gotta do to try to catch back up in the game.
All right, and I think, because of State's tentativeness, Fenix might have that window. Oh, we're Prism gonna get away.
He's gonna... barely gets away. Gets that one depot kill. State's trying to, he's getting Blink, he's going for Colossi, but like you mentioned, Fenix sees the window. He's still down in supply, but now he's got 1-1 upgrades.
That window is rapidly closing here.
2-2 is going to start. His Starport's cranking out. This game is, State still is at the advantage. I mean, Terran really wants to be ahead in supply against the Protoss unless they're massing pure gateway units, so State still has a significant advantage, but Fenix is doing what it takes to come back and wins. I think we're approaching a point in the game where he's going to start using his game, that mass drop multitasking. The first medevacs are out. Once he feels a little more comfortable, he's going to start really utilizing those.
Zealot chopping up a Reaper there at the Watchtower. And it looks like Fenix is going to start pushing across the field here with about 11 Marines and 3 medevacs. He may have more confidence in this force than I think I do.
These are Marines.
Yes, they are.
There's not very many, though.
No.
And, of course, Fenix, aware that State has a Warp Prism, has that Viking on patrol locking down the bottom portion of the map, has a little squad over the top right. It's running in. State's got nothing at that base at the moment but probes.
Oh, no. Probes are going to be so vulnerable to State. He needs to box those, get them out of there as fast as possible. Meanwhile, we have a Zealot running into the 3rd base of Fenix here, chopping up some SCVs. It looks like medevac. Oh, Marine's like, wait for me.
That one guy didn't get quite on board. Zealot getting a couple of kills and forcing a little bit of lost mine time, but Fenix will clean that up without too much of a problem. Meanwhile, both players progressing, not quite 2-2, State's on progressing to 1-2 upgrades with Charge, Colossi range, High Templar Archives. State, though, he's aware of the Colossi, adding that 2nd starport, cranking out Vikings and medevacs both.
All right, High Templar Archives on the way here from State. 2 additional gateways, lining pylons at that 3rd base, getting those gases saturated. Yeah, I think Fenix is closing the gap. I mean, Let's see, it's 2-2 from... Oh, actually, +2 weapons has not yet started from State. So Fenix is going to have an upgrade advantage in about 20 seconds.
The scary part for Fenix will be once State gets that Storm out in the field. Of course, we saw last game how effective State is at using that Psionic Storm. Fenix still no Ghost Canopy, and I think he's... the double starport means he's probably trying to construct a timing to knock State out before he gets the Psy Storm up. Oh, no, never mind. There it goes. There's the Ghost Canopy and the 4th Command Center. So not going for the Pro Pool timing. But progressing to the late game is a scary thing against a player of
He just loaded all of his medevacs right in front of State. All right, State gonna blink away, getting a Marine kill and backing out of there. Meanwhile, we have some Marine Marauder drop at the top, preventing a pylon from being placed down. One Archon being a little bit tentative about running in there, waiting for some reinforcements.
Fenix is trying to pull State in different directions here. Small Screamers Force on the top right will be taken out, though. And what that means is that threat is no longer there, and State's aware that that was a small army. There's probably another threat emerging. It's a triple medevac drop heading towards State's main. State on the counterattack with a War Prism hitting across the top of the map, though. Both these players really trying to push the multitasking element of this game.
All right, State should be able to spot this in a matter of seconds, advancing his army to the middle of the map. Fenix is going to take advantage, using that Ignite Afterburners to head into his opponent's main base. Meanwhile, there is a bit of a push at the top side of the map. Marines and Marauders heading into that third base, and the drop going on into the main at the exact same time. Fenix again trying to spread out absolutely everywhere. It looks like a Time Warp going down in the main, and Fenix is going to pull out of there immediately. Meanwhile, a few probes getting taken out, but Fenix going to be re-dropping in the main, feeling very confident. State trying to deal with all of this, and it looks like he's doing an effective job. He's
clearing it all up, but Fenix did get a couple probe kills there, kept State's army on the defensive. Not a bad move by Fenix. On the other hand, where did that War Prism still has not yet been activated over the top left of the screen, just now warping in a single Zealot. State really had to use all his weapons on. Oh! Nice feedback there across the ramp, dismantling Fenix's attacks. And at the end of the day, what Fenix accomplished is losing about 50 food units.
Yep. And
killing just a couple probes.
Yep.
And now State says, you know what, if you're going to sacrifice your whole army like that,
I'm going to attack you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to attack you. And I don't know if Fenix can stop this. This is such a massive army. Yeah, there's no Storm, but there's a lot of units.
A lot of units indeed. State up 182 to 155 in supply. Blinking forward, the Stalkers trying to take care of some Vikings. Takes one out. Gonna start spreading out these units, trying to get that superior concave, and now Fenix trying to decide, all right, how am I going to engage the Simming Corps coming forward with the Vikings, well, targeting down the Mothership Core. No Time Warps there. Stalkers trying to target down the Vikings. The Marines Marauders desperately trying to kite away from the Zealots and avoid those Colossus damage, but State up 178 to 95 supply has way too much, overwhelming Fenix, and there is the GG. Fenix going with the sneaky Reaper opening. Was probably a little bit scared when that Mothership Core showed up in his main base, but State ended up just throwing down the Time Warp, slowing down mine a little bit, and backing away. And then Fenix unable to get anything done with the Reapers, which meant he was just going to be behind the rest of the game.
He was. And then State parried that multi-prong attack so beautifully. You know, these last two games, State's really stepped up his defensive game. I mean, every single attack by Fenix has really been just shut down absolutely. Yeah, State continuing to show strong, solid play, able to deal with that draw play very efficiently, which means he's going to take a 2-1 victory, or a 2-1 lead, I should say, in this best of 5, leading into a potential deciding game number 4. Again, if State wins, he gets that spot at the Winter Championships. Phoenix in a little bit of trouble, has to win 2 in a row, but he's a player who's definitely capable. We'll find out what happens, guys, in the next game. It's going to be game 4. You're watching the Winter Season Showdown, State versus Phoenix. Stay tuned.